How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And today, what we're going to do, frenzies and holdouts. Frenzies and holdouts. Again, this is a continuation. This is part number 3. Part number 3 of the Mega Folders series. And the reason why we're doing this is because I want everybody to like and share these. Share them on whatever formats that you can think of that allow these videos to be on. Oh, here comes my co-host. Here comes my co-host. How you doing, sweetie? Huh? Here's my co-host. You're in there getting something to eat because I just gave you something to eat, huh? Filling the belly. But you heard me start the video, so you had to come on out here, huh? So forget the food. I want to get in the video. That's my girl. But I want everybody to like and share these videos because I want to get the message out there that we knife lovers, especially folding knife lovers, we like the mega folders, and we want to see more mega folders produced by more manufacturers. And I know Cold Steel and Andrew Demko have always been the go-tos for this, and Lindsey Thompson. But I'd like to see other manufacturers get into it too. I know Spyderco did it for a second with the Tatanka. I wish I would have gotten one of those. Never did get one of those. I wish I would have. And who else got into it for a minute? But there's been several people that have gotten into it for a minute, like Daryl Ralph. Daryl Ralph, he had the Stilettos and the Max series. I had a couple of those back in the days, but I sold them. Recat used to make them. I had some of those and I sold them. But that was back in the old days when I needed money more often. And so often I would sell things that I had that I was collecting. But anyway, you gotta get down, sweetie. We're gonna start this off. We'll get into these. So most of my mega folders are Cold Steels because number one, Cold Steel makes most mega folders. But I haven't seen any real new offerings in a long time from Cold Steel. GSM Cold Steel is coming out hopefully with the Mayhem. That's the big one for me, the Mayhem with the Atlas lock. I really want that one. The Mayhem with the Atlas lock. I hope they release it this year. They said they were going to release it last year, didn't release it. And they've been saying they're going to release it this year. I haven't seen it yet. I see it in the blade shows all the time, but I never see it in production, at the online stores. I know Knife Center's got it on you can get it on pre-order at Knife Center for $239. It's an Oz 10 version, Oz 10A for $239 with the G10 handle scales. They're black and gray G10 handle scales. And if they come out with it, I'm going to get one. I got some credits built up at Knife Center, so I won't be paying $239 for it. I'll probably be paying $50 less than that. But I definitely want one of those, and the one I really would love to have would be the Andrew Demko Megalodon. The Megalodon. He said he might put that one into production. And if he does, I hope he does it does some of them through Taiwan, so we can get some affordable ones. Because I know if they're coming from the custom shop, they're going to cost a lot. And the one they showed at the Blade Show 2023 in Atlanta, it had titanium scales. I can't remember what the blade steel was, but it's a full hollow ground blade. I have never seen a full hollow ground blade before. It looks pretty cool. But definitely want to get one of those. It's like a spear point blade. But anyway, let's get into these. Remember, like and share these videos. I want to get it out there that, I want to see other manufacturers, and I want to let everybody know how important the mega folders are. We call them mega folders or XL folders, whatever you want to call them. It's all good to me. But I want, because, small knives only can do small knife things. They can't do big knife things. A big knife can, like me, I'm a big eater, so I like to make, triple decker sandwiches and stuff like that, and hoagies and everything. Small knife can't cut those up. You need a big blade. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into these. Let's start off with these. This is one I always carry. Of all of these right here, this is the one that gets carried all the time. It's been on, I don't even know how many motorcycle runs and everything like that. Whenever I go on a long motorcycle run outside the city, I always carry this in my my leather vest pocket, inside pocket where the gun holder is. And I carry either the towel war, my polished towel war that you've seen, or my Espada in my front right pocket, whichever one I choose to carry that day. My polished Espada. I absolutely love these. These are awesome blades. This is the Oz 8 version. This is the original version. This knife is probably about 12 years old. I don't know when they start making holdouts. It might have been 2012, so that'd make it like 10 or 11 years old. But however old it is, I got when they first came out. This one's been totally polished. The spine of this blade's been polished. The lock bar's been totally polished inside and out, and so has the back spacer. Back spacer is 6061 aluminum, and it doesn't have any steel liners. It just has thick American G10 handle scales or frame, and that's all you need. American G10 has got a high tensile strength like aluminum or 7075 aluminum or 6061 aluminum. It's not as strong as steel, but it's strong. It's very strong. So you can keep a knife fairly lightweight even though it's very big. And that was Lindsey Thompson's thing. Andrew Demko always likes to make things super heavy duty, but between him and pairing him up with Lindsey Thompson, that's how we got these big lightweight knives. Because Lindsey Thompson would want a knife, be more like a fighter. He likes self-defense knives and fighting knives. And so, you appreciate things that are lighter weight. This one is handle heavy. I'm putting my finger right here where the groove is right here. It's a little bit handle heavy. But so it's got a decent bounce, but it's a little bit handle heavy. The blade thickness is 3.8 millimeters, which is what cold steel often calls 4 millimeters. It's 3.8 millimeters is a full flat ground, plain edge. This knife is also good for food prep. It's like a big folding chef's knife. I use it for cutting up ribs and steaks and chickens and things like that. And it's good for filleting fish and everything else. It's a really good knife. It's very useful. It's not just a big self-defense tool. It's also useful. It has a lot of other uses too. Let you guys get a good look at it. All these holdouts are made the same way. But this is the one I use all the time. This one right here is an Oz 8 version, but it's a serrated Oz 8. Usually when I get knives that are from cold steel, lots of times if they have serrated blades, I try to get the serrated and the plain edge at the same time. And that's what I did here. This is an Oz 8, but this one's never really been used that much. It's mostly just been in the safe. This one stays out. This one's never been in the safe. Next up is the CTS-XHP version with DLC coating. They didn't make them like this. I swapped this handle scale with this one. This one originally had OD green handle scales. And I swapped it out with this one that had black handle scales because I wanted to make an all black knife. And the reason for that is because I like my knives to match. And I carry also a black Espada and a black towel war sometimes. This one has had some use. Not a whole lot of use, but it had some use. It's been carried. This one. Another CTS-XHP one. And it's got the OD green handle scales on it. And it's my serrated CTS-XHP. This is black, but it's aluminum. It's just black, finished in black. All these have aluminum, 6061 heat-treated aluminum back spacers. Next up, this is the newest one. It's a GSM cold steel version. It's the exact same knife, just made by GSM since the takeover. I got these to go with my Towel Wars. As you all know, I had problems with the new Towel Wars, but these are perfect. These are perfect. It's got the CPM-S35VN stainless steel blades. Gotta get down, sweetie. Gotta get down, kiddo. Next up is my serrated CPM-S35VN version. Same specs as all the other ones. Beautiful knives. 3.8 millimeters. Excellent knives. All right, let's get into these. Now, this is one of my favorite knives to carry of all time for mega folders. Why? Because it's super light. Only weighs 5.6 millimeters. This was a knife I got when they very first came out. It was a pre-order knife when these were fixing to come out. You know, there was a lot of hype behind it. And so I pre-ordered it at the Knife Center. It was originally a knife that looked like this. This is a CTS-XHP version also. I bought both of them at the same time. And this, you know, I buy one to use and buy one to collect. This was the user. This one's been through all sorts of changes. I was trying to make the handles black, but they didn't come out all the way black, so I sanded off a lot of the stuff, and I liked the way it looked when it got to this point, and I just polished it and left it like that. This one's been completely polished. It's got the 6061 aluminum backspacer, stainless steel lock bar, it's a saber flat ground with a blood groove. In the front of it's got a swedge. This knife blade was taken from a Japanese helmet breaker, I think it was called, a helmet breaker or something like that. Fixed blade knife. The idea from Lindsey Thompson's collection. Just like these knives came from Lindsey Thompson. The idea for these blades came from Lindsey Thompson's collection also. The excuse me, the Scottish Skene Do. The reason why this one's all polished out is because I damaged the blade at one point from use. And so I didn't like having the scratches in it, so I polished it until I got the scratches out. It was very hard too. This is CTS-XHP, and it's not an easy steel to polish. When you all know that now, if you decide you want to do yours like this, if you have one, it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. The easiest ones to polish are the Oz 8 ones. Absolutely love it though. And these have a 3.2 or 3 millimeter thickness blade. Very nice. They don't have liners either. This one has, the liners have been polished, and all the internals and everything's been polished, the washers, everything. The reason why is because when I first got this one, it had a lot of lock stick. Let me see if you can hear it. It still has a little bit of lock stick, but it's not like something that keeps you from using it or it's too hard on your fingers. It didn't go into fixed blade mode, it just had lock stick, what I call lock stick. Fixed blade mode is when you can't close it with your fingers. You have to use like a table or something in order to close it. It was never like that. So I polished everything. I polished the lock bar and all the parts where it touches and stuff like that, comes into contact. And I got to the point where, you know, it was easier for me to use. Absolutely love this knife. I've carried this one a ton. This has been carried a lot. It has been carried a lot. The reason why it's been carried so much is because it's so lightweight. I like carrying lightweight knives. Next up is another CTS-XHP. This one, you can see all the markings on it. And you can see how it originally looked. This one's never been used. All my other frenzies are all safe queens. They've all just been in the knife rolls and in the safe. All the exact same specs. Black and gray G10 handle scales, no liners. This one's all the same specs too, but these are the newer ones. These are not from GSM Cold Steel, but the old Cold Steel company when they switched over to S35VN from CTS-XHP, because they could no longer get a contract to be able to buy the steel, I guess at the price that they were buying it or what they wanted to buy at, the CTS-XHP, so then they switched over to S35VN. A lot of people wonder why they did that, and that's the reason why they did that. I bought these because I thought I was going to replace this one and start carrying one of these because I like the OD green. But I just like this one so much, I just kept on carrying this one. So these are all brand new, or like brand new. They've never been used. Excellent knives. And I never buy just one, I always get two, right? This is the other CPMS 35VN one, the twin to the other one. Excellent knives. I like big knives, people. I don't, like before they came out with all the blade restrictions in my area, and they came out with them because they said it was because of gangs. And before they came out with all the blade restrictions, I used to always carry nothing but mega folders. Every once in a while, I'd carry a little 4-inch one, like if I was working in the garage or something like that, or doing some utility work or something. But any other time, when it was possible, when I can carry things concealed, like wearing jeans or something like that, I was always carrying a mega folder. I love mega folders, people. But this is going to be a little short video. It's not going to be a long video. I just want to put it out there. This is part of the series. I'm trying not to make them too long. The last one I made was too long, so I'm going to try to keep this one short. But I just want to put out there, like and share these, and put them on, and put them on different formats. All the different formats. I'm not very techy, so if you guys know other formats that these can be put on, I want you guys, do that for me, please. And do it for you too if you like mega folders, because I think the way to get knife makers to make stuff is they got to understand that there's a market for it. And so I'm just trying to show that, there are people out there that do really like these things, and they really do invest in them. And I've been collecting these mega folders for, I don't know, since the early 2000s. Actually, the late 90s is when I started collecting mega folders. They were from different companies, so that a lot of them don't even exist anymore. But I've been collecting these things for a long time, and I want some new ones. That's why I'm excited about the Mayhem and the Megalodon. Those are totally new, different knives that I've never owned before. I've owned every kind of cold steel mega folder that they have, or that has been existing, and just about every one of them. My collection expands over with the triads. Ever since the triads came out was what, 2010 or something like that. That's when I started collecting them. Whenever it was I know Andrew Demko got, I think he got with Cold Steel 2008 or 2009. I can't remember when the first triads hit the market. I think it might have been the Voyagers were the first ones. I'm not sure. But whatever was first, that's when I started collecting them. I've been an Andrew Demko fan forever. And all these knives here are Andrew Demko designs. And absolutely love them. But I don't want to buy any more of the same ones I already have. I've gotten to that point now. I got too many of the same types of knives. I just have them in different steels or whatever. You know, like you see here, you see all the different generations. These were the first generation, second generation, and third generation of steels. And these actually weren't made by Andrew Dimko. They were made by Cold Steel, but they just continued making his designs. This is first generation and second generation. And it's like but they're the same knives. It's like I keep buying the same knives over and over again because nobody else is making mega folders. I love my mega folders. I like to get mega folders by Spyderco, by, I don't know, by Benchmade, by, on all the other different companies too. You know, ZT or whatever, you know. It doesn't matter. I just like mega folders. But anyway, that's it for this one. The next video is, let me see, what video are we on now? I think this is the third one. The next one's the fourth one. And that's going to be Ti-Lites and counterpoints. Ti-Lites and counterpoint XLs. Ti-Lite 6s and counterpoint XLs. And then I'm going to do a bonus video of all the mega folders I basically don't carry that I have in my collection. The ones I don't carry. And I'll explain why. When we get there, I'll tell you about that one. But I'm going to call that one the super mega folders because most of them are like really big. Anyway, peace out. Stiletto. Hope everybody's having a great day. Peace.